Everything that has ever happened to me success-wise has come down to two words: integrity and action. When I was a 10-year-old kid, integrity and action led me to success. I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. Only one problem: I was terrible. They used to call me the Statue of Liberty because I would run around without bending my arm trying to catch the ball, and hopefully the ball would eventually fall into my glove. I was terrible, but I knew I wanted it. So I was in integrity with what I wanted. That winter, we had a basement. It was very rusty and wet with low ceilings and cobwebs. Not a place you want to hang out. I went down every day to that basement and I threw a baseball as hard as I could off that wall from my knees, as hard as I could over and over again, trying to build my arm strength. But I was actually building my mental strength, and I was building my ability to catch the ball. No longer was I the Statue of Liberty. Now I had to catch the ball to save my life, as the ball was ricocheting at my head at about 100 miles an hour because I was throwing it so close. I learned how to really catch the ball. Then I had to become a better hitter, so I started taking 100 swings from my knees, then 200, then 500. I was in action. By the time the season rolled around, I tried out for Little League. I nailed it. I fielded everything. I hit everything. I was amazing. But guess what? I still didn't make the team. You know what that's like. You work so hard, you know you belong, and you still don't get the affirmative yes from society. That happens to us in all sorts of things, whatever you're trying to accomplish. Sometimes the yes that you want to hear, you don't hear it. But you know what? There's always a reason. When I heard that no, I was devastated. I wanted to quit. My dad said, this is when you double down. This is when you go at it twice as hard. As hard as you worked, you're going to work twice as hard now, so they don't have a choice. They have to bring you to Little League. He told me, take it out on the ball. And that's what I did. I played in the minor leagues, and I took it out on the ball. And guess what? 6 weeks later, I got the call to go to Little League. Then I became a Little League All-Star. Then I became the MVP of my high school team. Then I led the state in hitting in my junior year. I batted .615. I eventually went on to play in college, and I even hit a home run at Fenway Park. Not as a member of the Boston Red Sox, but I still got to realize that amazing visualization that I had of hitting that home run. Integrity and action. Then when I was about 28, a television show came out in New York City called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It was the biggest thing on television. People loved it. I wanted to work for this show so bad. I was in integrity with what I wanted. I knew I wanted this show. So I started calling all the time, trying to figure out who I knew there, who could get me a job. Finally, somebody agreed to give me a job just to get me off their back for one day. I got a job one day answering the phones. Well, guess what? I'm answering the phones and they're doing a rehearsal. Regis Philbin's doing a rehearsal with the executive producer as the contestant. I thought it was the real show. I didn't even realize it was a rehearsal. They called the phone a friend, and lo and behold, the receptionist is the phone a friend. When I picked up the phone, I was so confused. The question was about philosophy, and one of the choices was Martin Buber, and now Regis Philbin's on the phone with me. He's saying, what do you know about Buber, kid? I got nervous, and I said, I don't know anything about Bubers, and I hung up the phone. I became the laughing stock for that. But guess what? People were coming up into me on the hallway saying, oh my God, that was so funny today. One day turned into a week turned into 2 weeks, into a month, and eventually I became the executive producer of the whole show. I was in integrity with what I wanted, and I was willing to take action, any action, including taking a one-day job and leaving a full-time job that I had because I knew that's what I wanted. That leads me to where I am now. I'm a coach. I want to change people's lives. I want to change thousands of people's lives with the gifts and the tools that I have. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on social media. I am in integrity, and this action that I'm taking right now is to bring you into my circle, into my life, to help you with whatever you're trying to achieve, with whatever your goals are in any way that I can. If even one video helps you to get where you want to go, or helps you with something you're experiencing pain around, I will have done what I want to do. And I want to tell you, if you're watching this video, I don't care what you're doing for life. I don't care how old you are. Stop believing the lies that you're not good enough. Stop believing that you can't do it. Because if you get in integrity with what you really want in life, and you take that action that's required, and then you have acuity, you get to see, okay, is this action working or not? And then you go back to the drawing board and take more action. If you take relentless action and you are in integrity, you can have whatever it is you want in life, okay? So let's take it from me. I've been a college baseball player, a stand-up comedian, the executive producer of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and eventually a best-selling author in the self-help space. Integrity in action. Just take it out on the ball.